It is not easy to rehab a building that's been vacant for 40 years. So every single thing has to come out, and it's months of delicate demolition work, right? Because you want to keep the frame intact as you rip all the bad stuff out. So this building was actually put on the National Register of Historic Places with the National Park Service back in 2001. It was listed for its local historical significance because of its importance to the community. I've known for several years what it would mean to this neighborhood to bring this building back. I know there were some people who kind of wanted a school here, but to me, a library is even better because a school, you can only really go in a school if your kid's in there or you have some specific reason to be in there. But libraries are open to everybody and they're welcoming. There's a very specific process that you have to go to make sure that you're going to preserve the historical character when you're working on a building like this. A lot of that is about working with the State Historic Preservation Office, or SHPO as we call them. There's a lot of times where you can't actually save a specific window, but you take that window to a manufacturer and you're like, make me a modern version, but that looks just like this. It's a much higher quality steel, it's higher quality gas, they're more energy efficient than what there was back in the day. But they look like, with the way the panels are cut, it looks like the windows from the original construction. So Mayor Strickland tasked the Housing and Community Development to come up with a plan in 2017. Cleaned a little bit out, just long enough to do kind of a temporary activation, let people kind of come in and start thinking up ideas, had all sorts of planning discussions with the alumni and the neighborhood. But what really kicked it off was when Mayor Strickland announced the Accelerate Memphis program, because then we finally had our first $10 million to go towards the project. And this was a $17 million project. So that was a big thing that was necessary to kind of give us that initial funding start. But so we started working on design in 2021 and started all the cleanup and remediation in 2022. And then construction, the building it back, started January 1st, 2023. And so now here we are, the end of April 24. So about, 16 months of construction, which is actually pretty fast, really, compared. And we're very fortunate to have Tabor Grinder as our contractor because they have done a lot of projects to save historic buildings. So they're experts in the field. People who have fond memories of this building can really come in pretty much any time between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. They can come on in and experience the library.